Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Danielle. I'm an American expat living in Germany, and today we've got another fun cultural one for you guys today. So I asked you guys over on my Instagram to leave some assumptions you have about Germany, Germans, or just life here, raising kids here, just whatever pops into your mind when you think Germany. I told you to write me a comment, and today I'm going to be assessing them and letting you know whether or not I think these assumptions are correct. So the first assumption that I have is children must prove themselves at school and it can affect their career options if they fail. Yeah, I would say that's definitely true. Now, I think that this is true to a certain extent in America too, because I'm from America. I can only really compare. However, it does seem at a much earlier age they do come to conclusions about separating the kids into sort of like stereotypes in terms of learners. It really deserves like an entire video to itself, but I would say here that like apprenticeships are just much more common, and at an earlier age, children are being sort of pushed in certain directions and told to make decisions that in America we just wouldn't make until further down the line. So yeah, I would say to a certain extent children do have to prove themselves in schools. Right now it's not super intense. It usually starts around the 3rd or 4th grade, which I don't have any experience with, but my husband has kind of laid down some of the ideas, which I can present in another video, but I would say that assumption's kind of true in a sense. But you can always choose to do extended schooling. If say you dropped out and then you wanted to go back and do like Abitur or something like that, you could always change it. Alright, everyone is really hard, not in a bad way, strong, and just serious and to the point. I would definitely have to say Germans are really to the point. You always know where you stand with them. Like they aren't going to put on a little show. Like if they don't like you, it's pretty obvious, and then you know you can just move on with your life and you don't have to waste your time with that person, which is kind of nice. I'd have to agree. Yeah, they're more to the point. They don't get sidetracked quite as much. Some Germans have a lot of opinions on American life and politics. Yes, oh my gosh, I tell you what, this isn't even a German thing. Like any European friend I've ever had, or acquaintance you could even say, has had to ask me within like the first 15 minutes of our acquaintance and like sort of conversation what I think of my president, and then they want to go off and get straight to what they think about my president or our president. And it was like that with Obama too. Like they're just really interested in the way that Americans do things, and they have a lot of stuff in their television about America, and a lot of pop culture comes from America. Germans definitely have a lot of opinions because they know a lot more about America than I'd say like a lot of Americans know about Germans. So whenever they meet Americans, they're like really invested and really interested and really want to understand like American life, and they want to know your political stances, and it's just very exhausting because in America politics is just not like first base conversation, but in Germany and in a lot of European countries, if you're an American, they want to know a lot about you. Next is they are good drivers. Yeah, I'd say that's true. Driving course in Germany is expensive and kind of intensive, and a lot of them learn how to drive manual, so comparably speaking to having like maybe a $200 driver's license, which was taught by your parent primarily in America. Yeah, I'd say that Germans are probably better drivers just because it took so much longer, and you have to be pretty precise as well on the Autobahn because people do go different speeds, and I'm not a driver myself so I can't really speak firsthand experience, but from what I've heard from other people, that Germans are pretty good drivers. Next is everyone is always on time for appointments. Yes, Germans are extremely what we say pünktlich. They are very punctual people. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that was one of my first vocabulary words when I moved here. Okay, I've always thought Germany must have the best bread, bakeries, and that there isn't a lot of color, as in people mostly wear neutrals and grays. Okay, so about the bread, yes, hands down, they've got amazing baked things. Yeah, probably the best. And then the colors. You know, I would say that is kind of true, but I kind of feel like that's true everywhere. Like, I'm somebody who likes to wear a lot of color, if you haven't noticed, but I kind of feel like that's like borderline just about everywhere, but in the summer it changes a little bit here. But yeah, I guess that's true, but I still kind of feel like that's an everywhere thing just because I really like to wear bright color. Next is they are good at football, and when you say football, I'm assuming you're meaning foosball. And how is it in the schools? I'm pretty familiar with German culture and lived there, but I can't get my head around football. I don't really know. I don't really care about football, but I do know that they are obsessed with it. Many, many Germans are. Okay, well, I am actually German, and I always hear from people that we are not really warm and welcoming, which I don't really think is true. What do you think? I think that you guys are just a little bit harder to crack open. That's like my honest opinion. I don't think that it's that you're not warm or a welcoming person. I think that for a foreigner, especially an American, you can come off cold, but that doesn't mean that you are cold. As a matter of fact, once you kind of, you know, crack through the exterior shell and gain the trust of somebody who is a German, you have a heart of gold on your hands. And I think they just have a different first base acquaintance social conduct than we have. Okay, and a couple that I'm going to include kind of together because they're really similar is I assume life is simpler and happier in Germany. I assume Germany is a more slow-paced place to live in than the US. So yes, Germany is definitely quite a bit more slow-paced. I think like the prime example is the closed Sundays thing and the fact that stores do close even on like regular days quite a bit sooner. Now this is a Bavarian thing as well. I'm from Bavaria. According to some people, there are some open shops in the north, I guess, that are open longer, but at least where I'm from, it is very slow paced. I think people in Bavaria, they just like to take a lot of time to respect time to visit family and just, you know, be outside in nature and live life or do household projects or gardening projects or, you know, go to church or whatever spiritual practice they have. Not that Americans don't, it's just that Sundays are kind of forced to be about those things. Like you can't just say, oh, I'm going to go shopping today just because I want to shop for the sake of shopping kind of thing, because you can't actually. As far as if life is happier, I don't necessarily that's true. I think life is what you make it no matter where you are. You can always find something nice about the place that you are at. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did. If there's any assumptions that you think I missed, leave them in the comments. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye! Where I take you guys way back to where this all started, really. I definitely realized that I haven't gone into too much depth about the story. At least there's not like a full video about how I ended up in Germany. And I think that it's kind of like a pivotal point of the start of this channel even. So I wanted to definitely take you guys back and just tell you why we left California and why I now live a very unique life here in Germany now. It's very, very different to the life that I had when I lived in California.